Hi, welcome to my channel. And if you are not subscribed yet, please go ahead and do that and press the bell icon as well. And uh, just letting you know, this is part 3 of the Human Design series. So if you've not watched part 2 and part 1, I will put the link below. Go ahead and watch them so you're doing it in a sequence, but you are able to watch each of them separately as well. You would still be able to understand, but to understand the whole series, I would recommend that you watch it from as part 1, 2 and 3. So this is part 3. This is very personal share about my aura type and my life experiences with it, and key takeaways that I have had through learning human design and integrating that knowledge into my life. What healing I've had is also I'm going to share. This is a very raw and vulnerable share for me in this video particularly, but I'm doing it from a space of place of compassion for other manifestors who have undergone who probably would have had the difficulties that I have had as a manifester. Or if you have a child or a friend or someone in your family or in your circle who is a manifester, you could be more empathetic towards why they are the way they are and understand them, and actually take advantage of having a manifester also at your in your corner. Uh, so let me start with telling you that I am a human design manifester, and so we spoke about the other aura types in the previous video. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about my life as a manifester, how it has affected me when I was not aware that I was a human design manifester, and what changes I had when I did realize what a human design manifester is, and it and what how we operate and what my strategy is, and so on. It gave me a lot of self acceptance and also understanding about why I felt the way I felt and why other people treated me the way they treated me, and so on. So I'm able to live more in aligned with who I am, and what is okay for me, and what is okay to be even not okay earlier, like in the sense manifestors are not here to please everyone. They should be okay with people uh, who don't necessarily agree with what they're saying or agree with what they're doing. They have to be okay. They're not here to be people pleasers or to win everybody's heart. That was a huge pill for me to have when most manifestors, some of them I have seen that they actually feel more dejected from being manifestors uh, when they find out that they are a human design manifestor, while most of the population craves or wishes that they were manifestors, because manifestors, they think that manifestors have this innate ability to manifest things into the third dimension, right? To literally change what they are thinking just by speaking. They can make things happen, which is a larger perception of most people, and they wish that they were born in a manifestor's aura. But it's not all honey and milk. There's lots of uh, there's there's also the other side to it, which can be really a hard pill to swallow. If so, by living as a manifestor, I can tell you that no type is better than the other type, or no type has an edge over the other type, or every type, every energy type is divinely here for a purpose. They're here to do a particular thing, and if they live in alignment of why they are here to, they are able to manifest the life they want. They are able to create the life they want, and they are able to literally become good manifestors of things as well. So in that sense, everybody can be a manifester, a powerful manifester. So uh, so getting into what a manifestor is, manifestors are people who have no, are non-sacral beings. So unlike generators, they don't have an unlimited amount of energy to keep going on as much as a generator can do. But because the larger population is made of generators, what happens as a manifestor child is like everyone's expected to do many things and accomplish many things and do a lot of work. Like a normal work as it's perceived in our world is a 8-hour shift and a 40-hour week or 38 to 40-hour week, which most people work well over and above that and are expected to do that in order to be successful. And that is really um, stacked against people who are non-sacrals, who have a limited amount of energy, and they can become sick, they can become mentally sick, physically, first physically sick, get burnout. Manifestors, the major theme of their life, if they don't realize that they are manifestors, is they can go through a lot of burnouts. I have gone through a lot of burnouts because what manifestors do is they become super generators, just not normal generators, super generators. I'll tell you why. Because when manifestors are able to do, they get these downloads from the higher realm to like non-verbal urge from within to see and to tell and show what is right and what is wrong, to go ahead and create something or say something, to initiate. So they're basically here to initiate any change or any project or anything, to any work to be done. They have this energy to initiate. And as you know, to start anything you need a huge amount of energy, because when the vehicle is moving, when things are moving, it needs less energy to keep the movement going. But to get the starting power, a huge amount of push energy is needed. And manifestors are born with this push energy, and they are here to use their push energy to initiate projects, to initiate things, to initiate action, and also invite other people to carry on doing those things. But how manifestors work is they work alone in the sense, they like to work alone. They don't like someone to tell them what to do, because they get told by the higher realm. Like, they don't know it, you just, the manifestors feels it as that inner knowing. So in my life, I have how it has panned out in my life is, well, I barely lived with my parents. I lived with my grandmother most of my childhood, and the very little time I lived with my parent, I my family got into a tragic road accident in which my family was shattered. My mom died on the spot. My dad became a quadriplegic. So at a very young age, at 10 years old, I was kind of in a being the firstborn and then living back in my grandmother's house. I had to be uh, there was this inner knowing that I got this, I can deal with this. There was this inner direction for me about making the right choices, to focus on my education, and to basically have the clarity about how to pull myself out of this. I can't tell you how, I just had that. And I had two other siblings. They perceived in different ways their life. My brother is no more, actually. He went through this whole mishap, this tragedy, in a different way, as a victim. Although I also felt as a victim many times, I had this inner knowing, this download of what to do, what decisions to make, to pull myself out, to get my life together. While I had all of these, I also had the other side of it, when I could take action on uh, all these inner knowings for my own life, only if I have the freedom, right? But I had my freedom for the most part. I could take actions, but there was also aspects or times when society or my family thought what I was doing or what I'm trying to say and do is against uh, what others are doing or what others think as the, so there used to be a lot of resistance to a lot of things I do, in terms of people judging or passing comments of what I'm doing, or saying that what I'm doing is not right, or pretty much disapproving me. And that used to cost me a lot of heartache. And because I come from the very authentic source of not of doing the right thing, what needs to be done in that right situation, but I am not articulating my thoughts necessarily well enough for other people to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. For most part, I thought I don't even need to uh, um, explain myself to other people, because it's my life and I don't need to do that. That was my attitude. And it was like they're not looking out for me. I need to look out for myself. So I'm making my decisions. So why should I inform them? Why should I need my permission? Was my attitude definitely during my teenage and my early 20s. Um but now I understand, learning that, if even if people are not impacted, if they think they are impacted, they will you will a manifestor will feel resistance in the form of disapproval, or in the form of resistance in feeling accepted. So I had a lot of anger because of that. So manifestors go through a lot of anger as emotion, as the uh, top emotion that they go through in their life. So it is not anger on one particular thing. They experience anger because of resistance. It can be from their family, from society, from friends, from not understanding what they are trying to do, because they are not, what they're trying to do is something good for them, or even good for the larger purpose, or for the family, or for the friend. But if when they experience resistance, they experience this deep anger. So it can come as anger outbursts, or it can be anger which is really suppressed and repressed, which is what I did as a woman, because it's not acceptable to be bursting out and talking back and showing your anger. So I chose to repress it. And also, manifestors have this aura of a repelling aura. So when you say repelling aura, it's not the personality which is repelling. Manifestors are really friendly, great human beings to hang out with. No, I'm not saying this because I'm a manifestor, but I'm saying this that generally nobody, it has nothing to do with the personality of the person. It is the aura is repelling, because manifestors, in order to have the push energy to initiate people or project or action, they have this aura which helps them to be able to do that, instead of allowing other auras to come and penetrate and to mess with the energy that is created here, the starting energy that is created in a manifestor's aura. In order for things to happen through the manifestor, the uh, it others cannot penetrate through and see what the manifestor is really going through. Am I having a good day or a bad day? It's hard for others to say. So when people feel this repelling aura in a subconscious way, so even if the manifestor's personality is very friendly, outgoing, and honest and truthful and loyal friend, still people who don't get to know them as who they are. When you see a person, you don't know whether they are loyal or truthful, or otherwise, right? You just feel, you just go, you subconsciously you feel the aura of the person. So if the manifestor is being friendly, still they are having a lot of anger from something else, that where they experience resistance. Others can feel that. Others, not only if they are not having anger, when a manifestor enters a room, they have a powerful aura because of this. Because of their this aura they have, it is quite a powerful presence which can subconsciously trigger other people to feel, who is this person, who is he or she about, in a very subconscious way. Even they don't know they are feeling that. So that can trigger other people to try and control this person, or put them down, or sometimes even be mean and vilifying also. I have experienced that a lot in my life, and questioned what did I do wrong. I was being so nice, and I was being why are people mean to me, why did they treat me like this, and oh this I have felt this many times in my life, where I felt strangers were being mean or being disapproving, without knowing, like without even knowing me. They're like they don't even know me, why they treating me like this, was a big question I had. And now I understand what it is. So this can lead a manifester to feel disapproved or not liked. And in order to be liked, in order to get, we all as human beings have this need for approval, to be accepted by other people. So in order to do that, manifestors can actually stop living in their own light. I have done that. Instead of talking about things I know, or to speak up, because they are here to lead people. But if to lead people, it might mean that some people are going to not be happy about certain initiation of actions that is done. Or when you have to initiate a change, some people are not going to be approving or not going to be on board, which means there has to be facing some disapprovals at that point. Later they might understand it's for the highest good, and they might come on board. But at that time, in order to not face disapproval, which we all as human beings have that tendency, and I have it too. And I have dimmed my light, like manifestors tend to dim their light, not speak their truth, not speak up, so that they don't offend someone. And by doing that, many manifestors can go into depression and loneliness, and not living in their light. So if anyone's not living according to how they are born and what they are meant to do, they are not aligned, right? If you're not aligned, you can get burnt out. So instead of being aligned, they tend to become super generators by doing more work in order to please other people. And by doing that, it can be in your workplace, or it can be in your family, it can be anywhere, where manifestors dim their light to become super generators, and as a result of that get burnt out. And burnout can come as emotional burnout, or burnout on all levels. And because of that, having physical, I had autoimmune condition at a very young age, at 30 years old, and I had suffered from infertility, and I suffered from many physical ailments that keeps coming ever so often. And now in retrospect, I understand that it was all many times of burnouts without me knowing this superpower of having to rest. Manifestors have this pushy energy. When they have this inspiration to initiate, to do, to take action on something, they have this huge energy where they will go ahead and get things done. But once that's done, nobody, when when it's time to initiate, nobody can match the energy of a manifestor. They are super quick. Nobody can do it as quick, as clearly, as organized as a manifestor. But the problem is they are, their energy is designed. Everything God has designed each person to play a role. For if only all the parts of the missions work, the mission work well together. So if the manifestor's job is to initiate, they stop there. After initiating, they stop, and then they are meant to rest. It is during their rest where they get the downloads to do the next initiation. So if they don't rest and continue to work, they don't have the energy. They are non-sacral beings. They don't have the energy, but when they continue, that's when the burnout happens. And without awareness, most people in their young age, because you're still young, your body allows you to push it, and to have less rest, because of the extra life energy. When we are younger, manifestors can end up burning all that, and that's how get crashing with burnouts and autoimmune conditions at a young age can be the theme for people with non-sacral who are living this kind of life. So that is what happened with me as well. And so understanding rest is really important. That's why yoga was such a uh, game changer in my life, because it's all about aligning by uh, by relaxing and resting, and by meditation was like bringing me into alignment, into resting the mind, body, and soul essentially. So resting is really really important. So after initiation, a manifestor's job is to go and rest. The job itself is to rest if they have to be effective, because in that short span of time they can get a lot done. So I didn't know all of this. So imagine without knowing all of this, if you're continuing. That's how I lived my life, most of it, till I then I understood. Okay, I was wondering why am I not like, when I'm able to initiate things. My husband is a generator. I initiate, and he ends up doing finishing and doing things and getting. When I was young, I like, even I thought he's getting recognized, but I'm the one who came up with the idea. I'm the one who initiated him. But then I was doing my part and he was doing his part, and so we worked well together. So now I understand that. So to so understanding this, uh, taking rest was really important, and for me it gave me a lot of self acceptance, because I judged myself and told myself like, that I was broken. Why am I not having the energy to consistently sustainably do some things? Like for example, I would initiate a yoga class, for example. So I would initiate, come up with a plan, what needs to be done, what is the information that needs to be given, what is the transformation that the kids or the senior or adult, whatever the program has to go through. I can do all of that. After that, my job, if I'm consistently doing that over a period of time, I feel burnout. So to rest and to be alone while initiating is really really important. That is a big lesson I learned, and to be okay with not having to please everyone was a very difficult pill, honestly, for me to accept it. But it is what it is. I, in this lifetime, I'm born into this aura, into this into whatever I have, in this body and in this color, shape, and size and everything. It is what it is. So I just need to accept it in order to live in my flow and my fulfillment. So I accept that it is okay that some people sometimes, um, uh, some people will not be happy with the initiations I make, but if my intentions are right, they will get it eventually. And people who get me, instead of being hidden, if I speak my truth, which is what I'm doing right now with this my YouTube channel, is to speak my truth. So when I speak my truth, people who really get me support me and complete what I have to initiate, and they get what they need out of it. And so essentially I have learned that this really helps me live in my authentic self, and to understand that I am not broken if I don't have the energy to keep going as a generator, because I'm not a generator. And it is okay for me to initiate a project and not be part of it, and not get all the, see, if it's a movie, it is the actors who get all the fame and fortune. It's not the producer, right? So the producer is generating, who's at the back who initiates, and that's it. He's not even part of the shooting, part of anything else after that. And if that is my rule, so be it. I'm born into it. I just need to play my role, I guess. So so that was a huge lesson as well for me. And also to understand, yes, I also have these superpowers, because many things in my life I have been manifesting without even understanding that without having the awareness. So now I get to live my life more in awareness of, and honing what I've been gifted with more, and also teaching other people how to live in their authentic self is my way of initiating other people to uh, live in their realize their inner strength and live in their light and be a light to people around them. And then I have nothing to do with them. They are there doing their thing. My thing is to share and initiate, and so I get to continue to do that. And I've been able to manifest the life the freedom I need to be creating, which is what I'm doing, creating this video. For example, right now I'm having this freedom, which means I'm living in my victory. So for me, victory, for a manifestor, victory is to have the freedom to create without resistance, so which I've got, and I should be happy with that. So even to understand what success really means, it of course success is like we need living in this third dimension. We need money, and we need career, and we need relationship, and we need love and all of that, and I have all of that in my life. I definitely have all of that in my life. Career was one thing where I was not having this clarity, although I was getting skilled and doing different things. I was this human design really gave me the clarity about me continuing to do my part, uh, by accepting that this is, by just using what my superpower is on the table, so to speak. So it really made a difference. It was a piece of the puzzle for me that that had to really help me really turn a corner in terms of a lot of self acceptance, and also to live without hiding but in my light. So I continue to do that. It is not easy. Everyone has this tendency to live in approval, to live according to what other people are expecting. But one step at a day, every day, when every one of us practice to live in our true authentic design and self, we'll experience more flow in life. I definitely am feeling and finding more and more flow and in my life, and very less resistance, I can say that for sure. So I hope you enjoyed this long video, but this is really a heartfelt share for our people who are others who are possibly manifestors, or for people who have kids or friends or anyone in their circle who are manifestors, to really get them and to actually use them to help you initiate things for you, to ask them. They can be really good problem solvers, to see uh, what you're not able to see, they're probably able to see and tell you what you need to do. So each of us have a role to play, and it really helps if we understand all the four types, so we can help each other and live a more fulfilling, peaceful life. I hope you enjoy this video. Do like, subscribe, and share this video to other people if you think it'll benefit them. Have a nice day now. Bye.